Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People's Show. Check the Pulse of Husker Nation. Brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my gut reaction to Nebraska football thinking about not playing Oklahoma. That is something I never thought I would do a show topic on. Okay, so I had three initial reactions on this before I knew any details or any statements or anything. Why? Wow. And this is embarrassing. Now, I sought to address each of those, the why, the wow, and this is embarrassing part. So here are some of the details. All right, now, they have in fact talked to other schools about potentially playing a home game in place of going to Norman, Oklahoma. Okay, MAC schools and Old Dominion. Now, Moose has previously expressed concern about Lincoln businesses only getting one Husker football game this year in nice warm weather, okay? Now, in 2019, I looked some things up here. I don't normally do this for my gut reactions, but in 2019, Nebraska brought in $35 million of revenue in 7 home games. That's an average of $5 million per home game. Now, it would have cost Nebraska $1 million to buy out of this Oklahoma game per their contract with Oklahoma. So, in theory, it would have been a net, per se, of $4 million had they done this. Okay, and Moose released a statement, so here it is, if you haven't seen it already. Pull it up on my phone. Due to the economic devastation caused by the COVID-19 pandemic to Husker athletics and the local community, our administration did explore the possibility of adding an 8th home game this fall. Moose said that option would have helped us mitigate cost-cutting measures and provided a much-needed boost to our local economy. Ultimately, the decision was made to move forward with our game at Oklahoma in 2021. We have the utmost respect for the University of Oklahoma and their storied rivalry, and I know our fans have been excited about this series for a long time. I've talked to people, varying reactions to the degree of which people buy that, so to speak. Now, let's say that addresses the why, okay? Let that lie. The wow. What did they think the reaction would be had they successfully switched the games? Did they think people were going to be happy or excited? The wow didn't change for me. Okay, Moose at least addressed the why, so to speak. But the wow, what did they think? And I guess local businesses in Lincoln may have been excited, I suppose. I understand there's been a lot of financial hardships for certain people, but the reaction would not have been good. Not, in my opinion, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but that would not have been the smartest move in the world, especially for Nebraska and their fan base. Also, what about national exposure? What about recruiting? It's so important. That may be the single most exposure we get all year is that Oklahoma game and recruiting and exposure. What if you win the game? All right. Here's the deal. The part that was embarrassing, in my opinion, I could be wrong. Utterly, completely wrong on the embarrassing part. That was just my initial reaction. I'm addressing my initial gut reaction. Reality is not reality, ladies and gentlemen. We don't live in a world where reality is reality. We live in a world where perception is reality, whether we like it or not. Okay? So the perception is that last year going into the season, Scott Frost took on the world of college football, and he took a bunch of heat for it, and fans loved him for it, including myself. Then we didn't want to play in a bowl game. I understand there were reasons for it, validations for it. I've obviously been through the bowl game experience. I've obviously never been through a COVID season. There was divided reactions on that. Personally, I thought we should have played, but I wasn't there. I've never been through anything specifically like that. The perception, whether we like it or not, is that we wanted to play, then we didn't want to play. Now we didn't want to play a tough team. We would rather play a MAC school or Old Dominion, who's pretty good at basketball. That's the perception, whether we like it or not. I could be wrong. I've been told there's possibly more info coming out on this. I thought I'd never do a show on this. I understand the monetary struggles. I respect the explanation that Moose gave. I was at least able to address the why, the wow, and the embarrassing part, because perception is reality, whether we like it or not. I don't think those things changed for me. Hopefully, it just doesn't become that big of a story and it dies down and goes away. Until next time, Husker Nation, go big red, and always remember, no matter what, to throw the bones.
Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.